Welcome to Digimasters Shorts. We are your hosts, Adam Nagus
and Carly Wilson, delivering the latest scoop from the digital realm.
Wyoming is moving toward becoming a major artificial intelligence hub after Laramie County commissioners approved construction of a massive data center known as Project Jade, expected to open with 1.8 gigawatts of capacity and potentially scale to 10 gigawatts. Built by Crusoe alongside energy infrastructure from Tallgrass Energy, the campus would be the largest single AI data center in the United States and could eventually rival global records for electricity use. The project plans to rely primarily on natural gas turbines, with companies citing future carbon capture, possible solar additions, and proximity to a CO2 sequestration hub as climate offsets. Developers and state leaders say the center will boost jobs, tax revenue, and Wyoming's role in the global AI race, employing thousands during construction and hundreds permanently. But residents near the site and environmental advocates have raised concerns about water consumption, air pollution, wildlife impacts, and risks to local aquifers in an already arid region. Critics warn the centre's enormous power demand could significantly increase fossil fuel use and emissions, even as companies promise efficiency improvements over time. Researchers also caution that cooling systems could consume millions of gallons of water annually, with lingering questions about wastewater disposal and contamination. Despite growing scrutiny, Wyoming has few regulations tracking the environmental impacts of AI data centers, leaving oversight largely to county approvals and voluntary company commitments.
OpenAI says it will minimize water use and pay for energy infrastructure upgrades to power its data centers, framing the effort as an attempt to be a good neighbor amid rising local opposition. The company pledged that its operations will not drive up electricity bills, saying it will pay its own way on energy. OpenAI said it plans to work with local communities to reduce the impact of its Stargate data centers. While details were limited, the company said options could include securing dedicated energy supplies or funding local grid improvements. It also acknowledged concerns about the large volumes of water, often potable, used to cool data centers. OpenAI said those impacts could be reduced through innovations in cooling systems and AI design. The announcement follows a similar community-focused pledge from Microsoft as frustration grows in areas hosting data centers. That pushback has become a broader challenge for tech companies expanding AI infrastructure, even leading to cancelled projects in some communities. LEGO has unveiled Smart Play, described by the company as its most revolutionary innovation, sparking both excitement and concern among fans and designers. The new system, launching with a Star Wars collection in March, introduces smart bricks that sense motion, position, and direction, responding with sounds tied directly to play. An X-Wing now whooshes as it moves, and R2-D2 beeps when tilted, with LEGO promising expansive cross-interactions between sets in the future. Supporters argue this adds a new dimension to storytelling, blending physical building with responsive technology. Critics, however, worry that built-in sounds and movement could reduce the role of imagination that has long defined LEGO play. The debate echoes earlier cultural shifts, such as the introduction of sound in film, which ultimately expanded creative possibilities rather than limiting them. LEGO, already familiar with technology through trains and motorized sets, positions Smart Play as an evolution rather than a departure from its core values. The company emphasizes that Smart Play enhances engagement while staying true to its mission of creativity and surprise. By merging digital responsiveness with traditional bricks, LEGO is betting it can remain relevant to a new generation without abandoning its iconic identity.
At this year's World Economic Forum in Davos, conversations were overwhelmingly dominated by artificial intelligence and the political shadow of Donald Trump. The town's promenade, lined with national and corporate houses, was visually and symbolically overtaken by tech companies, underscoring how deeply technology now shapes the global economy. Inside the Congress Center, executives from Accenture, Aramco, Royal Philips, and Visa described how AI has moved beyond hype, driving billions in cost savings, operational efficiency, and new forms of commerce. Visa outlined a future of agentic commerce in which AI systems make purchasing decisions based on consumer behavior, a shift expected to accelerate in 2026. A recurring theme from industry leaders was trust, with Accenture's CEO stressing that understanding AI is essential before organizations can rely on it. The intense interest was reflected in packed venues like AI House, where crowds gathered to debate creativity, labor, and identity in the age of deepfakes and automation. Yet alongside AI optimism, anxiety about Trump's return to power permeated private discussions and public remarks. California Governor Gavin Newsom delivered unusually sharp criticism of Trump and world leaders, capturing the unease rippling through Davos.
Thank you for listening to today's AI and Tech News Podcast summary. Please do leave us a comment, and for additional feedback, please email us at podcast@digimasters.co.uk. You can now follow us on Instagram and Threads by searching for @Digimaster Shorts or search for Digimasters on LinkedIn. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, and don't forget to follow or subscribe.